I wanted to talk about why America really hates Floyd Mayweather. When I say America, I really mean white America. Because they try to pretend like it's because he's flashy or he's real cocky. But really, what it is Floyd figured out a way to cut out the middleman with a lot of these promoters, start his own promotional team, and get to all the money. And he realized a little later in his career that he could make more money by being hated by whites and Mexicans than being loved, because they never really gonna love you. They didn't love Ali. Really, people think they loved Ali because they look at the later years of his career. But that was when he was a sympathetic figure. When Ali was young and he was flashy, America hated Ali. A lot of black coons hated Ali too. Because really, when you're black, if you're successful, you're a black man, you should be humble and you should really walk around with your head down. You should just be happy to be there, like a Jackie Robinson type of guy. But Floyd realized he could capitalize on that racism in America. If you notice, the perfect example of this is early in his career when he was at his best, really. Nobody cared about Floyd. Floyd, when he won the title, you could hear crickets. He couldn't sell out of arena. So they wasn't appreciating just pure boxing skills. Then he came out with the 24/7 and he started saying, I'm going to go ahead and be the bad guy. Because that's really the only way America is really going to embrace you as a black man. So what he started to do was act outlandish. If you really look, that's really not his character, because if you look at Floyd early in his career, he was always kind of quiet, polite kid. When he was in the Olympics, when he won the title, he was always very humble, very polite. And he really didn't get appreciated. So the perfect example of this is if you look at that Conor McGregor fight. That fight was sold purely on race. Conor McGregor had no business even being in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. You're talking about somebody with no boxing matches going up against somebody who's never lost a boxing match. And still, a lot of white people bet on Conor just purely off of his whiteness. And if you notice, all these people that are so-called patriotic, they rooted for the white fighter that's from Ireland over the black champion who's fighting in his own country, who fought in the Olympics for this country. But that night, it was a lot of honorary Irish people. You seen Irish flags. Those wasn't all people from Ireland. Those were a lot of white Americans. And a lot of Mexicans hate on Floyd too, because they're very racist also. That's why he puts a lot of his fights on Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day, because he knows whether they hate him or love him, they're going to pay. And they really paying to see him lose. But I have a lot of respect for Floyd, because what Floyd did was he became a boss and he stopped letting these promoters rob these black fighters. He went and got another black promoter, Al Heyman, and they basically control boxing. And that's what they hate. And that's why they started talking real disparaging about Floyd. Before, when they were robbing Floyd, when Bob Arum was robbing Floyd, Floyd was cool. When Floyd took over his finances and started being a boss and started taking the lion's share of the money and giving them the crumbs, then all of a sudden, man, Floyd was this negative, this and that. And the reality is the guy they promoting, the golden boy, he's the one with the cocaine problem, deadbeat, cross-dresser, but that's the golden boy. See, you got to be careful when they control the narrative. They really will have you thinking that a black guy is this negative image. But really, they just hating on the money.